which we're back to the parking garage aesthetic with Copa Park.
Ready, set, go!
This is a one lap because they're not using point to point here. But yes, instead of having a Sega Saturn, what I did have growing up was a CD port of a bunch of Sega games, Sega classic games. It was the... Well, I looked this up the other day, and I want to make sure I get it correct. It was the Sonic Action 4-pack CD, which itself included Sonic CD, but also some other like Sega compilation, which is where I first played, of all things, Shining Force. But no, I had the PC port of Sonic R. I played the heck out of Sonic R on our Windows desktop machine. And that also kind of had this specific aesthetic. I'm not doing particularly good on this race. This is a point-to-point race insofar as it's one single lap, right? It's 2 seconds behind, but I did end up with a 22. I'm in the top 30. I actually want to run this one back, because I can do better now that I'm not completely distracted. Trying to get my Sonic R story out. So I can get a good time on this. Dang it, I've already lost some speed. You hate to see it. You hate to see me eat my own words. Yeah, this guy who's just drifting back and forth, doing the Mario Kart DS, as it were, right? I'm on the outside of where I need to be. Woo! We're not taking that. Now that we're actually back into the parking garage, or I guess parking lot in this case, aesthetic, I do want to take things a little bit more seriously. Well, try to take things more seriously. Because we're coming up to the end of this LP, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope that you've enjoyed what is a, relatively small racing game. Now, mind you, I have gone through everything exactly once. There's other, there were all the other different, no, we're not taking that. There are all the different weight classes that you could use. This is what I'm doing, like, just as a way to wind down in the evening, is precise drifting through these courses. These, again, not DLC, I keep saying DLC, workshop courses that have like 100 people playing them, and I'm one of the freaks that is wanting to set a good time. Because it's fun. Not what I wanted to do. And I clipped the tail there. Clip the tail again, dang it. I'm not even beating my best, but these guys fishtailing are really getting on my nerves. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna get such a good time. Fuck yeah. I was able to chain things correctly. See, that's how you do it. That's how you get up to 17th place. Fuck yeah. Now, this I wouldn't necessarily call a parking garage, but you know what? It kind of actually is when you think about it a little bit further. Check out this cheese. You're supposed to go all the way around there, and I'm already not doing that. But yeah, a ferry, as I have been on many a BC ferry, is actually a parking garage for your cars that floats. It is a mobile parking garage, one of the few that you can use. I told this story during a D&D interstitial, but I will tell it again to the lovely folks here. I recently had started watching Battlestar Galactica, which is famously filmed in and around the BC area, and it's hilarious watching them go onto like the cargo deck of a spaceship, and it just being like, oh, that's deck 1 on a BC ferry. I recognize that. You haven't even taken down the like plexiglass sign holder for where the like announcement of what's being served at White Spot on the ship is. Anyways, moving on. Going to Berlin TXL. I guess this is an airport. I don't know why I just assumed that Dan will be able to tell me what's interesting about airports, but Dan gives me the sense of a guy who knows himself some plane facts. I think he's told me as much because of that like NES game that we played, or SNES game that we played that was like an airport management simulation. You know, there is precedence for me thinking that Dan knows his way around an airport. So, what is interesting about this airport? Dang it, I missed I was doing so good! But I do like that these user-generated parking lot levels are actually like showing there's a lot more that can be mined in the parking lot aesthetic. Like, we didn't have an airport level before, I don't think. Or this is a significantly different feeling airport level. You can see the plane in the background. Ooh, I didn't catch drift. That was not quite long enough for that drift. There we go. Nailed it, nailed it. Oh, dang it. I'm doing terrible. Get the double boost. Oh, that should have been through those gates. I just want to finish this lap once, you know? Get a good time. But already I'm having difficulty with that. This is just such a fun course in general. And you can see I've lost my speed boost. Wait, is that Wallaber? Am I actually like playing against the developer's ghost here? It can't be the same guy. That's just someone like Steam name sniping him. Surely. Surely. Surely he wouldn't be in here playing user-generated levels for his own game. What is he? Alex Deiner? Well, never mind, I wanted to eat that car with my whole face. Yeah, you can hear the screeching of whatever happens when we're in the underground there. And there's like people who are like better than him on this one. Well, right, this is not something he's put together himself. This is fan content. Why would he be the end-all be-all of these maps? I'm not doing so hot. People are... Oh, that's me. I'm doing better than... I'm doing better than me, which always feels bad. Why is my best so far ahead of me now all of a sudden? Ooh, damn it. Oh, and there we go. That was my chance. I guess if nothing else, you can hear the dang it's in real time as, well, you see me eat shit, and I notice that I say dang it, but also eat shit. My swearing is all over the place in this one, but you can tell that this is not pre-recorded nonsense. But we are reaching the end of the series, and what better way to end it off than the most expansive maps, the Hoover Dam Garage. This is a big one. Which makes me wonder, I should have picked these better with like what the actual music was. You can tell which songs people really liked from the soundtrack by which ones they kept using constantly in these fan levels. But it does beg the question, whoop, not exactly what I wanted to do. It does beg the question, what other locations from Fallout New Vegas would people like to see as parking garages that you can drift around? Is drifting the dodge roll of racing? Questions that I don't have answers to. Or alternatively, is there a racing game that you can turn into a Souls-like that would have drifting as your dodge roll slot? You know? You gotta time your drifts just right to be able to avoid the enemy attacks. This is where I wanted to be? Yes. Catching up to my best, because I'm not terrible anymore. I've internalized these physics a little bit, and or remember which way to turn either left or right on these maps. This is the one that I haven't actually practiced all that much because it is such a long map. It takes like 3 minutes to do a lap, or to do a complete run on it. But yeah, I have some sort of a deep-seated joy around these very simple to understand physics racing games. But like this falls under the same sort of category as Venoneth when it comes to like just the movement itself in and around the world feels joyous to my hands. There's a joy in expression to the way that you move. And I mean, a lot of that does come down to the juice that the developer has put into the game, right? The speed lines when you're drifting, that little whoosh as your field of view, you know, zooms in. It just feels good. I don't know what to tell you. There's ways to make video games that just feel excellent, and this game understands it, and this developer understands it. I guess I'll plug their new game, which is, again, another car controlling game. 4x4 in a furniture store. That's the name of it, 4x4 in a furniture store. Not out yet, but looks very interesting, looks more like a rage platformer. But here we are, where we have come up on the finale of the LP, a 4-minute and 30-second course for the Hoover Dam parking tour. You're like, I thought we just did the parking lot in Hoover Dam. That's what you'd think. But we have more to do. Unfortunately, we don't have new songs. Oh no, we do have new songs. Sorry, I lied. I'm on another level. You can see that going through the barriers is encouraged. Now I can, whoa. That's fine. Gold is far ahead of me. Gold is hard to keep up to on these. I would love to have other people available, but no such luck. Like, this all looks very similar to what we were just doing. Why is this the finale that you have chosen for the game? Well, do you not notice the, do you not notice that there is a percentage tracker up on the top of my screen there? Oh, now you're paying attention. Oh, we're not going up. We're not doing the loop. Oh, we have broken containment. Oh no. What could this possibly mean? Well, don't you see? They put us on the Hoover Dam. It's time for a highway. We get to combine the very cool driving in parking lots. I entirely missed that. And that's unfortunate. Now I've let my ghost catch up to me. Again with that. I just keep scooting right through where I needed to be. I'm getting real grumpy on that. There we go. Thank you. Well, there's no beating my previous time, but there was no reason to think that I would do better than a 5-minute clear on this anyways, right? A bad showing all around. Ready for a big jump? This would be cooler if we had some speed. We're actually going this way. If I had more speed coming around that corner, or going over that jump, that would have been way more epic. I say as if it's the early 2000s. And here we are on the dam itself. Enjoy. And you can see what happens when I'm actually allowed to build up a little bit of speed. I would have been snaking through here. 100 miles an hour. But no, I had to just go and blow it. And we are only like halfway through. We just finished the dam itself. Whoop. Ah, I'd lost all my speed. Hey! I somehow caught up to myself. I must have crashed something fierce way before I restarted. Man, this song just keeps going. I think it's already looped twice. Maybe? Whoop! This is very close. No, that was the first loop. It's a 3-minute song, right. Can we... Where exactly are we going? We're driving all the way up into the desert here. I don't actually know where the Hoover Dam is now that I come to think of it, you know? I'm just fairly ignorant of US geography. Here we go. We're in the caves, and I crashed like crazy. It's fine. We're dirt driving, which slows us way the hell down. Like, I'm topping out at 50 kilometers an hour, which ain't nothing compared to where we were doing earlier. But that's fine, right? Whew! Do you see the finish line down there? It said finish. And we've fallen through the world. Well, that is Parking Garage Rally Circuit. I'm really bummed out that we don't get the credits for the game itself, but I'm going to go back and try one more time to get a decent high score. Oh, it has to be with the big fat car. As we watch the credits one last time, saying thank you to all the wonderful people who made this happen. Wallaber specifically. Oh, and the holophonics for the music. There we go. The holophonics. What was my previous score parking? I don't remember. But I'm on the lookout. Oop. Where is... Oh, there's another parking stall. Yeah, I'm doing way better this time. On the lookout for an empty spot. And thank y'all for actually sticking around and watching this series. I know it was unusual, and the commentary was a little bit all over the place as I, you know, try and stay on topic, but also perform racing half decently, and also try not to reset constantly, but also be like, I have lost, where's a parking stall? I'm gonna do worse on this one because I can't find a parking stall. The hell? Oh, was this supposed to be a stall that's available? No. I just parked too good. I parked all my cars. Was I supposed to go upstairs? Well, that was it. Have a good rest of the day, folks.